Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halaby and I'm a professional Muslim life coach, and I'd like to ask you, do you talk to yourself in the kindest way? When you are going through your day and you've got the little voice in your head that's just, chattering away, do you speak to yourself in the kindest of ways? Are you compassionate to yourself? Are you kind to yourself? Think about it now. What have been the thoughts percolating in your mind today? How have you consumed your mind? With what have you consumed your mind? What have you been thinking about today? And how have you been speaking to yourself today? And the reason that I ask is because, mashallah, today has been a wonderful day of, it's been a day of coaching, a day of connecting, subhanallah, a day of an ordinary day in many, many ways, but a lot of intentional connections, a lot of intentional deeds and actions, and the reminder to myself of why I'm doing this, and a constant reminder even of my why. And it's to perpetuate that voice in my head, those thoughts, that my voice in my head, me speaking to myself in the kindest of ways, because the opposite was true for a long time. And I think that what has been quite common actually in today's sessions with my clients across the board has been when you don't speak to yourself, or when they haven't attended to themselves from a place of kindness, they have been giving themselves a real hard time. And two different examples. One of the sessions today was firmly rooted around not having motivation, not having any gumption, any get up and go, and this habitual pattern of thinking that, I never finish anything, I start something but I always give up halfway through. Another conversation today was an amazing lady, mashallah, last week had been on top of her game, had intentionally started some routine habits for her self-care, for her spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and things, mashallah, were going amazing. This week she's given herself a real hard time. She told me, I'm really not in a good place. I'm failing. I'm not doing as well as I was last week. I'm not sticking to the plan, and I just feel really, really bad. I feel just, I just feel like it's not worth it. I just feel like I can't do it. And there was a lot of negative self-talk. There was a lot of, I do this all the time. I go through peaks, and then I just can't seem to sustain it. I can't be consistent. I'm either really high or, really not doing very well at all. And all the while she's talking to me, she's telling me how she has been talking to herself during the day. I'm really bad at this. I never stick to anything. I can't do it. It's too hard. I missed up. She'd performed some sunnah prayers twice. She'd done her hajj twice, but on the third day she was finding it really, really difficult to get up, and she'd missed her routine schedule of how she wanted to play out these days of Dhul Hijjah, and she was giving herself a real hard time. And in the whole conversation that we had, it was very much, or in the main part of the conversation that we had, when she was speaking about herself in a very negative manner, in a very negative way, and that's what she was telling me. But throughout the day, she'd been telling herself worse. She'd been judging herself really, really harshly. We are our harshest critic. We would find it really difficult to speak to other people the way that we speak to ourselves in our minds. And she was giving herself a real hard time. And when we looked at what she does with that, how she does go on in her day when she's doing that, when you've got all of that negative self-talk, her actions, she's not inspired to do anything. If anything, they keep her stuck. All the while she's thinking what she hasn't achieved, the failure that she thinks she is, how she never gets things done. Nothing is being inspired to be done. It's not like that is making her think, okay, well, I'm going to go out for that walk that I missed. I'm going to go out, I'm going to pray, and I'm going to read however many pages of the Quran that I didn't do. It's not inspirational at all. It's just keeping her stuck. And then she went to, well, why do I do that? Why? There is no answer that is going to qualify that response. There's no answer that is going to give her peace. It's just going to give her more and more questions, because all the while she's asking herself why, she's going to think, oh, it's because I'm lazy, or it's because I'm this, or it's because, I never stick to anything. So all the while she's trying to reason out why she hasn't done it, she is making and she's making more of that same feeling of feeling deflated, feeling dejected, feeling frustrated, feeling just really, really awful about herself. When we look to what you can do, because all the while you look at what you haven't done, you can't go back in the past and change it, and all the while you're giving yourself a hard time, you're not moving forward, you're not inspired, you're not motivated. To cut that short, to cut that being down on yourself story, is to first of all catch what it is that is consuming your mind, being aware that that's what is going on. Once we've done that, and this is what I help my clients with, helping them to manage their mind, helping them to understand what is going on in their minds, what it is that's consuming their minds, and helping them catch themselves and stopping themselves dead. But it's not stopping themselves dead, sorry, stopping that train of thought dead. And then intentionally creating new thoughts and looking up, and the best way that you can move forward, because all the while you're looking back at what you haven't done, it's not getting you anywhere. But when you ask yourself, what can I do right now with the level of energy, resource, time, wealth even, right now? What can I do right now? It gives you an in to what is possible, because all the while you're looking at what you haven't done, or what, and what a failure you are, or how bad on yourself you are, you're just looking at challenges and problems that you can't change, because you can't go back and change them. And all the while you're looking at what you haven't done, what you've not achieved, and giving yourself a hard time, there is no space for solutions. There is no space to feel better. There is no space to move forward, because you're not in that moment thinking about feeling better or moving forward. You're giving yourself a hard time, and then you go to why? Like I said, there's never an answer that is going to make you feel okay with it. It's just going to give you more of, it's because you're this, and it's because you're lazy, and it's because you're that, and it's because you never stick to anything. It's just going to make you feel worse. So by understanding that is what is happening with you, and then moving forward by cutting those dead thoughts, that dead word out, and focusing on what is possible. What can I do right now with the level of energy, time, resources, desire, inclination that I have right now? It gives you a solution. At least it gives your mind a way of looking to what is possible, what you can do. And then going to town, consuming your mind with thoughts, evidence-based, that you have done. For the 2 nights that this lady had managed to pray tahajjud, and then on the 3rd night when she felt too tired, she was berating herself. She successfully prayed tahajjud twice, consecutively. MashaAllah. By going to what you have done. Another lady, she didn't go for her daily walk. She'd said to herself, right, I'm going to walk 10 minutes every single day. She hadn't. And the one day that she doesn't go for the walk obliterates the 7 days that she had, or however many times that she had done last week. When we focus on what we're not doing, we obliterate, we don't see, it fogs out everything that we have. And from that place, when we just think about what we haven't done, we'll think about all of the other times that we haven't done that. We won't think of the times that we have. We won't think of the successes. But by intentionally thinking to yourself, I know what's going on here, catching yourself, okay, what can I do right now with the level of energy, resources, wealth, time I have right now? What do I want to do? The inclination right now. What can I do right now? And then looking to see all the times you have successfully, gone out and, gone for the walk, gone to the gym, read a couple of pages of the Quran, done the extra Nafil prayers, whatever it is, look at the evidence, what you have achieved. Because you have. Your life is not a success, it's not a succession of failures. It's not lots of different, things that you haven't done. Your life is full of stuff that you have. Your life is full of achievements. Your life is full of blessings. And when you look to what you can do, what you have the ability to, and couple that with what am I grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for right now? What blessings can I give gratitude for in my life to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right now? That changes your lens and changes your perspective. This is the foundation of the work that I do with my clients, by helping them manage their minds, manage what is going on for them, helping them understand what is going on for them, and creating a very bespoke framework, taking them through the understanding of the science of the nafs, which is the science of the self, of how we work as explained and described and formulaic, in terms of it all comes from the Quran and the Sunnah. Who better to know us than the one who created us? We have got our manufacturer's guide in the Quran. This all comes from the Quranic science, the Quranic psychology of who we are, how we work, and how we absolutely can move forward in life in a way that is in keeping and actually celebrating and enjoying all of those amazing gifts and qualities, those unique, bespoke gifts and qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us to live this life, and not just get through life, not just coast through life, not just, wander around through life, but to thrive, to enjoy, to be in awe of the blessings that He's given us, to really optimize and live a beautiful life that is pleasing to Him, that will get us to the best place in the Akhirah. What's more inspirational than that? What's more inspiring and motivating than that? So if you would like to know how you can absolutely create the life that you want, to live a life that you love, understanding how you work, managing yourself, and optimizing you, helping you operate at a level that you are taking leadership of your life, you are taking management of yourself, and you are making decisions and choices that are not just beneficial for you here, but will get you to taking the actions, behaving in the way, showing up in your world in a way that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will reward you and inshallah, get you to the best place in the Akhirah, because we're all looking to go up, we're not looking to go down, inshallah. So what comes to mind when I say that? What comes to mind for you? Are you a professional Muslim woman who is very the opposite of complimentary, very insulting to herself? Do you give yourself a hard time when things aren't going great? Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Is it, well, I knew that was going to happen? Is it expected? And think about it. How do you speak to yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you address yourself in your mind? If it's not complimentary, if it's not serving you, if it's not motivational and inspiring and celebrating and giving gratitude for the beautiful gifts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, what is it? Is it giving yourself a hard time? Is it not very complimentary? Is it quite negative? And does that have the effect in your life that you want it to? Like, when has being harsh on yourself or being hard on yourself inspired you to go out and, do great things, or show up in the relationships that you have, in your work, in your family, in your community, from you, the you that you want to show up as? Or are you just trying to cover and mask? If you have decided that you don't want to do that anymore, and you want to live a life that you are in awe of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings for you, that you are thriving, that you are taking leadership of you are creating the life that you want to absolutely love and live that life, showing up as the person that you want to, being in the relationships that you want to be in as you, not masking, not trying to get through the day, not just trying to make it to bedtime and then hoping that tomorrow's going to be different, but with motivation, with inspiration, with faith that tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. And you have everything that you need. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you everything that you need to not just make the best of these best days, but to be the best in your best life. If you'd like to know how I can do that for you, then I can help you create the life that you want, to live the life you love. Book in a consultation with me. I don't have any consultations left this week. I might have a couple next week, but DM me or email connect@farahhalaby.com and let's talk. Let's get you in your life. Let's get you in your life, showing up in your world from a place of motivation, inspiration, inclination, desire, love, joy, being enthused about life, knowing that you have everything that you need to make the best and be the best in this life, in these days, in these best days, and in every day after that, inshallah. My name is Farah Halaby. I'm a professional Muslim life coach, and as always, I pray that you are safe, well, happy and healthy, and inshallah I will connect with you again very soon. But for now, take care. Assalamu alaikum.